in
in
a
that.
situation where he has to
Forrest Whitaker
be.
narrates it. Lakeith Stanfield's in that. I forgot. Zoe
Forrest
Kravitz.
Whitaker
ASAP
narrates it.
Rocky was.
Wow.
Dude, Forrest Whitaker is the narrator in this movie.
Of
Are they
dope.
gonna make?
Zoe Kravitz, yeah. Dope.
Are they gonna make like Forrest Whitaker the next Morgan Freeman or something when it comes to narration?
I love Forrest Whitaker to be honest. Like
Oh, I love
I
him
think
too.
he's underrated. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I big fan of the stuff that he's done, but also particularly Andor, which is one of my the I like the
As
more I think about it, the more I think about it, the
Saw
more I think
Gerrera.
Andor's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, but like
Yeah. I haven't
specific.
watched Andor yet.
Oh, you should. Don't watch. Okay, look. Here's the thing. His performance in Rogue One made no fucking sense. Rogue One, I think, was
Well,
bad
it's a,
for a bunch of other
well,
reasons,
because
right?
you didn't watch the Clone Wars.
I was gonna say Saw Gerrera there's like
If you watched the
context.
Clone Wars, it made sense.
He was in the Clone Wars and he was also in I think Forrest Whitaker actually voiced him in Star Wars Rebels as
No,
Oh,
well.
that
no,
makes sense.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. That's no, totally wrong. I knew who he was going into Rogue One. What I'm saying is that his
Oh, the
caricature
character.
made no sense because it was like okay, he was just crazy, whatever, right? But the sequences that you get in Rogue One was just very like, oh, okay, so now here's a fucking tentacle monster. Oh, he's crazy because of this tentacle monster and everything like that. Like
Tentacle
you don't.
monster.
Yeah, that's what happened. Remember, there was like that monster that basically like messed with that Imperial prisoner that they had that they wanted to use, right? And then they like messed with his
Yeah, it's
head or
like a
something like that.
torture thing.
Oh
And you
yeah,
never
you're
heard
right.
about it again because he got his mind back and stuff like that. It's like it never whatever, right? So like you didn't know like who the fuck like yeah, sure you had to like watch Rebels or something to know about that, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's bad. So Andor comes around and it's like you don't really necessarily needed to know who Saul Guerrero was, but in just like a few lines of dialogue, you already know who this guy is, what's his for, and what's his state of mind. And he had one of the best lines in the whole show. One of the best. There were so many other
And
ones, but one of the
Andor?
best in Andor, yes. That he was essentially him and Luthen. Luthen was him meeting him with him, and he's basically straight up saying, how all these rebel factions are just so disorganized. They're lost. He just keeps saying they're lost, you know? And in one like just paragraph, or his dialogue set the stage, like gave you like a much better like view of what is going on with the rebellion and all these other factions because he's like listing out these factions in a very awesome way. And it's like, the separatists, like former Confederates or whatever they call them. Like what were the
They were
Trade
the
Federation?
separatists, weren't they? Yeah.
Separatists, yeah. Separatists, human cultists, galaxy partitionists, lost. They're all lost. Like that fucking thing was awesome. So it's like you knew who he was. You knew what he was like as like as a much more radical rebel. All the people that he thinks are basically his enemies as well, not just the Empire, you know? And yeah, you knew that his state of mind was very like paranoid and
Oh yeah.
everything like
So
that.
in Rebels, they actually show that. Like Rebels was kind of shit on as an animated show, but he like kills other rebels in
Yeah.
that show. Like they
Rebels
established
was
him as,
amazing,
like,
I thought.
I
But-
agree.
I
I
like
thought
it.
it was very underrated. Because
But going-
I feel like Rebels explored more of like the mystic side of the Force compared to like the Clone Wars
Very
exploring like
much.
the military side of the Jedi. But in Rebels, like they established this guy is an extremist, and that came out like that must have been like almost 10 years before Andor. That show started in like what 2015.
Probably.
But
Somewhere around there.
But what I was mentioning was like specifically Rogue One because again like they didn't really establish who the hell is this guy
Yeah,
besides
he
like
wasn't very flushed out.
Well, yeah, a lot of Star
Right.
Wars is they throw in some nuggets for people to be like, ooh, it's not always going to be fleshed out.
Star Wars is very
Star
much
Wars.
the Easter eggs of franchises. Like
Yeah.
in Rogue One, there's just so many things that people look for. Like there's a cameo of like the ghost from Rebels. Like
Yeah.
it's
Right.
like that. Like I think Saw Gerrera's purpose in Rogue One was to be like, holy shit, that's Saw Gerrera. I
Yeah,
think that's why they
exactly.
had him in there.
I think so too.
Which sucks too, because like he probably would have had like a better like
I
reason
would
why
watch
he
a
was
whole
there.
I would watch a whole live action show of Saw Gerrera.
That's
It would
Andor.
probably be.
I'm telling you right now,
Oh,
Andor.
that's
I mean,
Andor.
well, I mean,
And
like
He's in it that much.
he's in
No,
there. He's not in there
No, it
that
can't
much,
be.
but he's
I see what he's saying with
right.
Is
that-
Andor getting a season 2?
Yes, in April. It's coming out in April. You gotta
Really?
watch Andor.
Diego Luna is
You know
still
what,
in there,
Saw-
or he's not spoiling. Never mind.
and they actually made
Yeah.
a good like Goonies type show that just came out too. That's getting pretty good ratings.
Skeleton Crew. I heard it got bad
Yeah.
ratings.
Oh
Really?
yeah, no. I was. You said it got
It's
bad
like
or good?
Star Wars Goonies. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
I don't-
like people were mad that it had kids in it. It's like, bro, Star
Like,
Wars.
Star
have you
Wars
seen the
is made for
Goonies?
kids.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Okay. No. Okay, that's the other thing. Is Star Wars made for kids? I mean, I think
the
Andor.
director of the creator
Yeah.
of Star Wars says this every single
yeah. The
time
main
he's
appeal.
asked.
I don't know if you guys have seen like what's his name? The guy who voiced Kanan. Freddie Prinze Jr. He did an interview on a podcast and he
forget that's
talks
him,
about
yeah.
Star Wars, and it's fucking amazing how he talks about it. He was like, "Yo, all these Star Wars nerds who like freak out about the new franchise and Rey getting the Falcon stuff." He was like, "They need to shut up and just listen." He was like, "There is no like reluctant hero in Star Wars. Everything is based on archetypes," because he learned everything he knows about it from like George Lucas and Dave Filoni. So he has like the best first and second hand knowledge of like how the writing process was, and he was like,
Mhm.
people expected the biggest problem with Star Wars fans is that they expected the franchise to age with them, but it's
Yep.
still geared towards
Exactly.
kids and teenagers, tweens.
Merchandising.
Whereas, people are expecting like this John Wick Star Wars era, and it's just not going to happen.
Well, okay, but I'm gonna say this: like the fandom of Star Wars is probably one of the most toxic out there, right?
100%.
But
Right
at the
up there
same,
with like MCU.
but at the same
Yeah.
time, though, to what your point is, like, yeah, every character is an archetype, though. But like some of their best stuff, Andor included, and I would say like, Last Jedi had some good ideas going on, right? But to your point, though, they wanted Luke to be the archetype, like Jesus character, I guess, like do no wrong type thing. That they were openly pissed off when they showed a very, very flawed Luke. So it actually,
In The Last Jedi.
and that's the problem is like the Star Wars fandom don't know really what they want, because if Freddie Prinze Jr. is going around saying, Star Wars is about a bunch of archetypes and all that stuff, and then at the same time they would complain when Luke is not an archetype, he's a flawed character, I guess, right? Like you can't have it both ways. So
Yeah.
Well, they're having it's one way. It's the fans that want it two ways.
Well,
You know?
the fans got what they wanted. That was fucking Rise of Skywalker,
That's the
which
thing.
was
Fans,
complete fucking
fans
dumpster.
they hate when they get what they ask for. Like
Actually, I think the
Rise of
fans got what they
Skywalker.
wanted in the Last Jedi. When I love that one. That was my
I
favorite.
I enjoyed The Last Jedi from a visual perspective. I think storyline wise, it's a little all over the place. I didn't enjoy the Finn
It's rough.
and Rose. Yeah, I didn't enjoy the Finn and Rose. Okay, here's my thing about
For
the
me, it was
trilogy,
about pushing the
like,
boundaries. That's
Uh,
what I
yeah,
liked about it.
it just being non-existent in the Rise
Yeah.
of Skywalker. That's my problem
Yeah.
with The Last Jedi is its existence in between those two movies. I think it just flipped direction. Like J.J. Abrams admitted himself like he didn't even have a plan for the rest of the movies when he made.
Like not keeping the same directors on
Force
having
Awakens.
a concrete storyline. It's
Yeah, I thought bringing back Palpatine was
So
just
stupid.
lazy as fuck.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That was stupid. I much would have rather seen Snoke get flushed out as a character because Andy Serkis is an amazing actor. Isn't Andy Serkis in Andor as well?
Yes.
You can't
Oh my
swim.
God.
You can't swim.
No,
That's what I
don't,
heard,
dude,
yeah.
don't- shut up, dude. Don't say that.
Spoiler
direct-
alert. I mean, it's
like,
been out
who's
for
the-
5 years.
He didn't see it.
made-
He said he didn't see
I
it.
haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
still have
seen
to
it. I
watch
haven't seen it either.
Who made Andor? Was that a Filoni or a John
No,
Favreau? Or
no, it's the guy Road One.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
Rogue One. Okay,
I like
and he did
Rogue
an
One.
excellent job. Okay, here. Okay, let's backtrack real quick, right? I
Yeah.
personally, yes, I agree. The Last Jedi was a very frustrating movie to me. Same with Rogue One. Both of them were very frustrating movies because there's nuggets, there's concepts here, there's nuggets of gold going on here, but it's just load. The execution was just dog shit, right? Last Jedi, I really liked Benicio del Toro's character and like the
Yeah.
concept of
And
his
I-
character.
There was no
he
point
was like
of that
the
character.
true. Yeah.
Right.
There's no point, but he was.
He was in
interesting
there
as
and
a
did nothing.
character.
Right, but he was basically like, it doesn't matter. Both
Yeah,
sides
he was
are
the
like,
definition
whatever.
of chaotic neutral.
Right. And I love that because it's like, okay, exploring that whole aspect of it, because I think originally, like, they might have wanted like Ray to accept fuck's his face, Adam Driver's character. Wow, what was his name?
Kylo or Ben.
Yeah,
Kylo
Kylo Ren.
Ren.
Yeah, or Ben
Yeah.
Solo, whatever. Proposition to join him, right? Because it kind of made more sense to her. Like she doesn't really have a skin in the game for the rebels.
Love Adam Driver, by the way. I think he's great.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was great.
Oh.
And, yeah.
That movie
And-
about the
Black
married
Klansman,
life with Scarlett Johansson.
Ferrari?
Right. Marriage Story, yeah.
Marriage Story. Oh, that was
Ferrari.
heart-wrenching.
He's great in the Ferrari movie. If you guys haven't seen Black Klansman, he's in that. He's fucking
Oh
hilarious.
yeah,
Oh,
wonderful.
I want to
movie.
see that.
Well, it's a very
That-
enjoyable movie. I liked it a lot.
That movie is
That was great.
amazing. That's maybe
Yeah.
my favorite John David Washington movie.
It's his
Um,
best
So,
movie. Next
what-
to it.
What I was
Arguably,
hoping they
well,
were going
Tenet's
to
up
do in
there.
The Last Jedi was set up the Gray Jedi, which is what, like, kind of like what Kanan was, or Kanan, where they weren't Jedi and they weren't
Well,
dark side
actually-
users.
Actually,
I was
Freddie
hoping it was
Prinze
going that
Jr.
route.
himself. Freddie Prinze Jr. himself said there is no such thing as a gray Jedi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kanan is not a gray Jedi. Actually, he's just a Jedi.
Ah,
I think it was. I don't know if it's Qui-Gon who has a quote. He's like, "I turn to the light because it's there." The gray, like Jedi, embody the light. The closest thing you have to a gray Jedi is like maybe Ahsoka, but at core, she's
Yeah.
still a Jedi. She still fights for good. Gray Jedi, this idea of like a centrist Jedi, doesn't really exist. I mean, there's like
A libertarian
Or-
Jedi,
it's not
basically.
really eccentric.
Libertarian
It's more
Jedi.
like it's,
Just
they can
fucking
still
annoying.
use the dark side if they have to, you know, like the
I
dark
think
side of the
Ezra,
Force.
if anything, Ezra was closer to that.
Man,
than
see,
Kanan.
Yeah.
here's the
'Cause
thing.
Ezra was reject the dark, or Kanan was reject the dark side at all costs.
Man, here's the thing. Like, you guys, at that point, this is where Star Wars loses me, though. Like, the mystical thing, those like the Jedi and everything, like that's the shit that actually I don't care about.
Really?
Really? That's the
No, for
part I
real.
enjoy.
That's what
So
that's what
Rebels
makes it.
and Ahsoka.
No, that's 100% why Andor was for me. Andor was amazing because there was no
Exactly, yeah.
Jedi, there was no net, and it was the acting and,
Then you don't
and
like
the
Skeleton
script,
Crew.
so awesome. But well, I thought Skeleton
Skeleton
Crew also
Crew.
had Jedi.
So awesome.
But
No.
put a pin on that. But regardless, like when I was a kid, I also didn't. I didn't even care about the Jedi itself. And like when you think about like the original trilogy, yes, Luke and Vader and Palpatine had everything to do with the Force, but most of the movie was kind of like, yeah, this is just some, offshoot religious thing that some people have and some don't. But really, what the importance is the rebels and everybody around them, Han Solo, Leia, so on and so forth,
Oh,
that
yeah.
didn't have the Force, right?
Star
except
Wars,
Leia.
the original trilogy, was inherently political. Anyone who says
Yeah.
otherwise is a fucking idiot.
Oh yeah, for sure, and that's why Andor was amazing because it elevated.
I mean, it was made
what
to
happened in-
represent America and the Vietnam War.
the
the
Empire.
the Empire.
The Empire, yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
Lucas straight up said that in his interview with who?
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg or James Cameron. He like had an interview with another director, and he's basically
Yeah.
like yeah, the rebels are Viet Cong, that sort of thing, right? But anyway, regardless about that, like all that mystical stuff was the stuff that I actually straight up didn't even care when I was a kid. I cared more about the X-wings, the TIE fighters, like the all that shit, like the stuff that was less mystical.
So how did you feel about the
Mechanical.
Mandalorian? The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian was such, oh god.
I didn't finish.
Like,
it.
Season 1 was great.
the first part of season 1 was good, but until the end, and that's when things started like jumping the shark for me, right? And then season 2 was garbage. Book of Boba Fett was total garbage.
Boba Fett was.
It wasn't total
I hated
garbage.
Boba
That's
Fett.
harsh.
It was so
That's
bad,
harsh.
dude.
That's harsh.
Actually, I like
The kids in the embarrassing motorcycle chase. Oh my god.
it was. It
I
was.
actually
It
liked
was.
season 3.
Here, hot take.
It was
Let
simple-minded.
Boba Fett die. Keep
Whoa.
him dead. Should have kept him dead
Whoa.
with the Sarlacc pit. I'm telling you. Like Boba Fett as a character. As a kid, I did not give a fuck about Boba Fett. I
He
really
was
did not.
awesome.
He wasn't.
He was
what
awesome.
did he do?
He's got
What did he
jetpack.
do?
He's got jetpacks. He's got a flamethrower. He's got little mini missiles. What are you talking about? He's fighting Jedi's, people with literally powers and surviving
None of
battles.
that- none of
Surviving
that-
battles.
None of that happened in the original trilogy. The only thing we knew in the original trilogy is that he had a jetpack, and that was his undoing because Han Solo was like,
Yeah, as
"Winner, bah!"
soon
That's it.
as he
But-
only took
but
down
the remakes-
Boba Fett only did important shit when there was no Jedi around. As soon as Luke showed up, he got fucked.
The
Right,
prequels.
exactly.
The prequels. His storyline was good. It was very
That's
captivating.
Jedi. Oh,
But that's it.
Boba
man.
Fett
That
was
was
getting
one
his
of the reasons for
beheaded.
clones.
Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson cuts off his dad's head right
I mean,
in front of
he
him
is
in the
essentially
Coliseum.
crucial for the
But-
entire Star Wars
But
story.
dude,
He has a chip on his shoulder.
this Django,
Django is
Django,
crucial.
sorry. No, but like here's the
Yeah.
thing, like again, I think all of that shit was written up, but because George Lucas knew, everybody liked Boba Fett because this guy's cool looking or whatnot.
So you
and
think he just
got
wrote in
popular.
there for that reason? Maybe.
Yes, yes.
I can see that.
100% know that Lucas did not have a plan for episode 1, 2, and 3 until years after the original trilogy. 100%. You know, because you can even see in the writings, just like, okay, what did they like about Star Wars? Let's go ahead and insert that. Now, granted, to Lucas's credit, though, the prequel trilogy did have, I should say, he at least tried something different with the prequels. It wasn't very good, but he tried something different.
I think it aged better than what it first came out as.
I mean, it aged better because now people are
Prequels?
comparing it with like
People like the prequels now
the
because
Disney.
they think the sequels are like woke garbage, which I think
yeah.
they're garbage, but I don't think.
What about
I don't think they're
Obi-Wan?
woke.
No,
What
I
you
don't
guys
think
think
the
about it?
wokeism. I think wokeism is used as a scapegoat for just being bad.
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
No, but
People want to like.
they don't want to blame like the actual reasons why. They just want to like
Yeah.
have that they want to have their boogeyman and say, oh yeah, we won. That's why. I mean, that goes back to the Gamergate thing. That's the reason.
But there's
for
some
that, isn't it?
incels though that's definitely hating on it just because it was a female lead. Let's not forget about that audience
There was.
as well.
There
Well,
was, there was
I
some hate
enjoyed it for the
Rey.
most part.
And
I liked Adam Driver's
I
character.
think Daisy Ridley's. I think Daisy
I like
Ridley's
Kylo.
a good actor. I
Kylo
think.
Ren.
Yeah, Ray was not
You know
the
who got-
problem. It was making her a Palpatine. You know, it would have been
Ah,
much
yeah,
better
that
if
was
she
weird.
was like
Nobody.
She was like
Stupid. I like the
Obi-Wan's
idea of
daughter
her
or
being a
something
nobody.
like that.
No,
I just
exactly.
like
Yes,
her-
exactly what Yadu said. She should have been
I
a
like her
nobody.
being a nobody because
Yeah.
the Force
Yeah,
is.
that's not a
It's
bad
not
either.
supposed to select people based on who
Royal
their parentage
family.
is. It's just
Yeah.
That's
The whole
100%.
thing with the Force.
100%.
Yeah.
Like it was
It's
basically
balanced.
J.J. Abrams because Rise of Skywalker comes around and they're like, oh, we gotta do what the fans like. Oh,
Can one of
Ye-
you screen
Fuck.
share? Is that something we can do? Because I really want to bring up this Freddie Prinze Jr. video. Because
You can screen share your screen.
or
Okay, let me see.
I can bring it up if
Okay,
you want
I'll,
to bring
I'll
that
send
up.
you the link. I'll send you the link. Yeah.
Yeah, send me the link or send it to the chat. I guess. Yeah, and
I think
I'll
you have the
click.
game too big on yours, Jorge.
Oh, I stopped the game already.
Nice.
So,
We're-
so
we're-
the whole
we're
reason
on the
why I wanted
transaction
like
screen now.
great Jedi involved is because like I felt like Jedi were so dogmatic. And,
Well,
like,
Great
Rey was gonna
Jedi is
be,
a
like,
thing that comes from the games, and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
is like very dismissive about the games. All right, I just dropped it in the.
Because Freddie Prinze Jr. is the king of Star Wars.
Well, because
Apparently.
his thing is like the games give people this false narrative that you can like level up in the Force, which isn't true. You're like you have inherent power, and it's about balance in the Force. Like
Right.
somebody's strong or they're weak. Like the dark side rises, the light side rises too. You have Vader and Palpatine, so you get twins, Luke and Leia, 2 and 2. He talks about it. I dropped
balance
it
in the
chat.
Force.
Yeah. Hold on. Where do we want to go? This is a 3-minute video. I don't think we want to do all 3 minutes.
Let me see. I'll check and see.
While you're looking for that though, no, I mean, no, I 100% like I don't like you could tell like Last Jedi said you're a nobody, you know that's what you are, and I thought that was great because especially because of like the very last seed, which was kind of like you know the icing on top and all that stuff was that kid that used the Force to pick up the broom, and it's like
Yes.
basically saying that, like, yeah, the Force is for everybody. You don't have to be
All right,
someone.
I just start it from the beginning and
Yeah.
like play it on 2
I
times
like
speed
the
or something because he does talk about everything we just said.
All right, hold on. Let me turn on. I gotta actually bring up.
I do enjoy the idea for sure because right now it feels like Jedi's are almost nearly they're endangered and going extinct. And so when I see it with some random character just like that kid with the broom, and of course like we thought, you know, our protagonists of the new reboot ones, I don't know. It did kind of bother me, the whole Palpatine. It was interesting to see him back, but I wanted a cool new villain. I didn't like how they just killed off the other Sith guy. He was that
That's
weak
what I
just
said.
sitting in a
Snoke. I
chair.
would have liked
Yeah.
seeing flushed out.
No. I actually like that they killed Snoke. Snoke was just another like bad guy of the week.
It would have
Monster
been
of the
fun
week
if they
type thing
killed
to
him
me.
and there was another bad guy besides Kylo.
Well, no, that's where I would
I think.
disagree. I think Kylo.
No?
I think Kylo being the next bad guy, or shit, if Rey actually joined, Kylo and Rey joining like that.
Do you think
would've
Kylo
been
switching to the light
interesting.
side was a shitty plot point?
No, by that point, like it didn't matter. Like, I think
I mean, if they
all of Rise of
Dude, I
Skywalker
remember
was
when
complete
they had the
bullshit.
kiss, I was just sitting there like,
I laughed. I laughed in the theater,
The
man. Oh my
romantic,
god.
you laughed at the romantic stuff?
because they had built up like
was-
Rey and Finn to be a romantic
Yeah, they
interest
did.
couple. And then they
It ma-
took it another direction with Rose, and then she just got kicked.
But let's
Finn
talk.
apparently John Boyega won't work with Disney anymore because of how Finn got done.
Oh, dude, Finn got done dirty,
and the
man.
fans treated him like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They treated Rose like the
Dude, because he was
actress
supposed to be a
Rose did too.
Oh yeah, I felt bad for her. Like that, like
Oh, yeah.
sure, the character's writing like that. It was a whole messy storyline, but there's no need to take it out on the actor. People are racist and sexist towards her. The same thing with the female Inquisitor in Obi-Wan Kenobi. People were
Oh.
so hateful towards her.
Oh.
Like, look, I okay, I don't want to say this, but I do feel like J.J. Abrams was definitely a part of the problem too, and
Oh yeah,
and you can't
Okay.
I mean, this might be strong to say, but like I do think like J.J. Abrams himself is probably just like one of those like closeted racist types, you know?
Really?
Honestly, no, because like it just like made like how they did Poe dirty, how they did Rose dirty too. Oh, she's okay. Guess she's just gonna go and study essentially through the whole like Rise of Skywalker, you know, that sort of thing. Like it's one of
everyone became a side
it's
character.
one of those like very neoliberal racism type of thing. It's like, oh, I'm not racist, I voted for Obama type of thing, but it's like you still are. Like, basically like what Get Out, the whole like you guys saw the movie Get Out, right?
Of course,
course.
masterpiece.
Mhm.
Right. And the people there were like, you know, essentially like representations of like essentially liberals, essentially neoliberals and stuff like that that don't recognize that.
Get
like,
Out is why I won't date white women anymore. That's
Well,
a
you're
joke.
not-
I had my
Hot takes.
You're not a tall basketball player though, so I think you'll be fine.
Whoa.
That's true.
Our two hot takes? Our two jabs?
No, one was a
Two
jab, the
jabs?
other one was a hot take.
The other one was a just hook.
But my straight hot take is basically like, yeah, J.J. Abrams, Alan Kurtzman, which is on the Star Trek side of things, you know, like those guys are zero fucking talent. Hollywood keeps giving them because they think that they in some way are progressive, but they're just a bunch of neoliberals that really kind of make the problem worse or sanitize the racism, I guess, in a way, or sanitize the problem. I mean, that's why we got Rise of Skywalker, was because they capitulated to these racist, like mostly racist and misogynist fans, and that's why we got Rise of Skywalker. And like J.J. Abrams
I have a-
was all for it.
I have a
So,
text here from one of my buddies who's watching the stream, but he doesn't have a Twitch account. He
okay.
had a question for us, and it is semi-stupid. He said, "Princess." He
we, we
said,
we had a whole
"Smash or
shit about
pass."
herpes and nipples, but go ahead.
Okay, he said, "Smash or pass on Princess Leia versus Rey Skywalker," is his question.
Oh man, I can't. We can't. All of us are here married guys. But
I'll say I was more like watching like
Leia.
I was more
I'm
attracted to
gonna
Rey,
say
to be
Leia.
honest.
The
I was more
Leia?
attracted to Rey, but yeah, maybe it's the accent. I mean, they're
The
both
British
getting blown
accent.
out of the water by Natalie Portman as Padme.
yeah,
That's no.
I was a big fan of Natalie Portman as a
That's-
younger man
that's
watching Star
debatable.
Wars. Yeah,
No, the
definitely.
outfit she
was
wore to hang out with Anakin was crazy. You don't wear that unless you're trying to seduce him.
what a
Hold
sad
on.
story,
Hold on.
though.
Actually, you know,
Thank you,
this
everybody.
That was
Coming
weird,
back.
by the way.
Go
When
ahead.
that relationship, how the age difference.
Oh
At
yeah,
first, I thought that
It
was
is a
so
little-
weird when I was younger. I was like,
Oh,
wait a
but that's
minute,
the
wasn't
thing,
he
it's
a
like,
little
I-
kid and she was like a high schooler or something like that?
hold on. So okay.
You've
First
grown
off,
so much. That is groomer rhetoric.
first off, guys, come on.
Groomer
Leia in the costume in Return of the Jedi. Come on.
Was
Can't-
big
you
on
can't
it.
beat this shit.
I was never a big Leia
You were never a big what?
fan. I was never big on Leia. I wasn't a kid like having like a spiritual awakening in my mind seeing Leia.
Okay, and unfortunately, JP just went out to get his drink and all that stuff. But I was gonna say, this might be more of a generational thing because when I was a kid,
It could be.
I watched the trilogy, and by prequel times, I was already teenager and all that stuff, right? So yeah, Leia for me was better, and overall, like Leia was the superior character, written better in the first one and in Empire Strikes Back. We're gonna ignore Return of the Jedi because I think that made her.
Anyone who thinks like Rey is like feminist writing, I think, is ignoring the fact that Leia was like a huge, like, strong female protagonist
Oh,
in the original trilogy.
Leia is straight up the definition of like a well written feminist like icon, essentially. Because like she was great as a leader. She was basically the sassy princess. Like, you know, Lucas, or maybe it was Lucas, or but maybe it had a lot to do with Carrie Fisher's input as well. But she was basically not like the same old princess and stuff like that. Like right out of the blue, they're like, nah, she's basically a hard ass, essentially, right? Right out of the blue. And then Empire comes on, and Empire like just leans more on how much of a leader she is, you know? And then Return of the Jedi just fucking made her stupid. I'm sorry. Like I love the original trilogy. but
Unconscious for half that movie. Oh wait, no, I was thinking about The Last Jedi. Never mind.
The Last Jedi, you'd be unconscious about that one. No, I love the original trilogy, but Return of the Jedi definitely was the weakest of them.
I don't really remember what she did in that.
Oh, Han, hold me. He's
I
my.
remember loving Return of the Jedi as a kid, but I think it was just because I was like, "Oh, sick! Luke has a green lightsaber now."
Oh no, 100%. Like when I was a kid, I loved Return of the Jedi because they had the bigger space battle. I thought Empire was boring
Well,
because
that's
it was
what it's
more.
about. It's for kids.
And
Speaking of which, the video I dropped the link in the chat.
Oh yeah. I was gonna. I guess. Hold on. Can you guys hear it? Let's see. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but whatever.
Oh, we don't see
By
it,
the
though.
way, hold on. Yeah, you guys won't be able to see it. I guess you guys have to see it on your own. I'm just like the chat does it. By the way, dude, I mean, if you guys are watching this, oh man, hold on. Do I want to do that? If you guys were watching this, like he's like next to in the background, there's like an arcade machine with an actual like beer pourer, like like what do you call it?
A tap.
A keg pourer.
Keg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's an arcade machine with a keg pourer on it. That's crazy.
Functional?
I mean, I don't think they use it in
I don't
the,
use
in
it
the
in
video.
the video.
No, unfortunately, they
Turn
don't
it
use
up a
it.
little bit.
Well, maybe the comments address it and he answers back.
fucking Millennium Falcon to a girl. Yeah, that's it. Because Luke Skywalker's Cinderella.
I gotta say, man, damn, Freddie Prinze Jr. He aged pretty well, for sure.
Which one is that one?
Remember Freddie Prinze Jr. was in that movie? He was in a lot of those, like, you know,
Those
early
90s teeny bot movies.
yeah, early 2000 teeny bop movies. Like, which one is it called? She's All That. I think it was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, another nerd thing. Whatever her name is from She's All That. What's her name? Oh God, I had a crush on her.
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Jennifer Love Hewitt. No, not Jennifer Love Hewitt. No,
She was like, she started off as a nerd and then.
Yeah. Fuck, what's her name? Rachel Lee
Wait,
Cook.
from what?
Oh, Rachel Lee Cook. Yeah.
Rachel Lee Cook. I had a huge fucking crush on her, by the way. She actually voiced Tifa Lockhart in the Final Fantasy movie, Final Fantasy VII movie, Advent Children. Yeah. So she had actually a bunch of other video games until the new one. The new one, they recasted everybody, but she was the original voice of Tifa Lockhart. Just letting you guys know. So I think it seems like
While we're
all of
talking
them.
about
went, like-
movies. I saw a new trailer today for a Michael B. Jordan Ryan Coogler movie. Sinners. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about that.
Sinners.
It's called Sinners. It looks like it's gonna be a vampire movie. Ryan Coogler directing it. Michael B. Jordan is the main star, and he seems like he's playing like twins. It does look good. It's a horror thriller type of movie. Here's the one thing, that the movie looks good, right? My issue with this trailer, it showed so much of the movie. This trailer showed like.
Wasn't that an issue? I thought they resolved that. I don't think.
Thank
I
you
thought
for
they
the
don't
warning.
do that
I
anymore.
stopped watching trailers because of that.
Yeah,
Too much.
so the first trailer they dropped was amazing. The first trailer they dropped didn't give away too much. It was 2 minutes long. The second trailer is 3 minutes long, and it just gives away far too much. Yeah.
I thought they. What's that? I remember that was an issue before. I didn't know that still is a prevalent issue. Huh.
And so here's what this had me thinking about afterwards. I was like, it started making me think of like trailer creation and process and stuff like that. And I think the trailer and teaser game is about to be stepped way up just because of the people who are about to be like joining the workforce in those industries as far as like editors go from my generation. Like on TikTok and Instagram, the editors
They're
that
better.
are like my age,
Yeah.
they are insane. Music selection, clip selection, getting a person engaged with a video without having to give away plot points and just making it look cool is something that I've found a lot of the editors on like TikTok and Instagram are amazing at. And you're already seeing it in certain cases with like promotional videos. People are like hiring Gen Z like interns to make promotional stuff for social media interns and whatnot. And it was making me wonder, like, okay, how long until we see this like in the film industry? Like you have Gen Z age editors creating the teasers and trailers for movies, and they're doing a phenomenal job like making it look cool without giving away too much plot points. Because I remember like specifically thinking about an edit that I saw last year in like February for Madam Web, and it was an edit of the antagonist from trailer footage, and I was like, whoa, this like actually makes Madam Web look kind of exciting. And I saw it, and I was like,
Yeah, boy, were you wrong.
yeah, Madam Web sucked. I really tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was really hoping that like people were like, oh yeah, Madam Web sucked because it was just like maybe like Marvel incels, but no.
Fox has been dropping the ball. No, Fox has dropped the ball several times.
Fox or Sony?
That was
Sony.
Sony. Oh, okay.
Sony.
Sony was
Sony shit the
terrible.
bed with Madam Web, Craven, arguably the last two.
But
Venom
Fox did
movies.
too, right? Fox did the Fantastic Four movies, right? Or was it Sony?
That was years ago. But yeah, it was Fox that did Fantastic Four, but that was years ago.
They weren't good.
Who did the 2015 Fox with Miles Teller and Michael B.
Yeah,
Jordan?
who did that one?
Yeah, that was Fox.
That was
Awful.
Fox.
Awful.
Yeah.
Boring.
That was Fox.
Great, yeah.
I
I
think,
never saw that one.
I believe
you dodged a bullet there, buddy.
Yeah, Marvel gave Sony the rights to anything Spider-Man related. They gave 20th Century Fox. They had the Fantastic Four and anything X-Men.
Yeah.
And then not Paramount. What's it called?
Marvel. Well,
Uh,
Disney. Oh.
no,
Disney.
not Paramount. Universal. Universal was the one that had the
Oh.
rights to the Avengers, essentially.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Shit. What was I gonna say? You know what the delusional ass CEO of Sony said about the failed Spider-Man spin-off movies? He was like, "We don't understand why they're doing so badly, so we're gonna just reboot the whole series."
Hmm.
You want to reboot already, bro? Just give MCU the fucking rights to Spider-Man. Like, say what you will about the past few years of MCU projects, the Spider-Man ones have been fairly good, I think. I liked Homecoming, I liked Far From Home, and I liked No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. We got a chatter going wild here. Who the fuck?
Good shit.
Get my boy in here. He'll school y'all. This is what? His stem straight up. Yo, get me in the chat. Get me in the call, dude. Are these guys all friends of you guys?
I don't know.
No
Get
idea
right
what
in
this
the
is.
call. Yeah. Sorry, we screen
Oh.
we screen people before we get into the call. Sorry, man. Not everybody can be in the call.
Someone who said
He said he
the
knows
dude
everything
named
about this
Remix.
shit.
Just say
I
what
know
you
who
got.
Remix is.
Oh, you know?
Remix. Well, don't
These are
dox
dudes
him.
from
Don't dox him.
Columbus.
Oh,
Yeah, don't
No,
dox
these
them.
are just
Yeah.
dudes-
we won't
I
dox
know
you.
everything.
Hey, what's up, Remix?
Yeah, you got your
Thanks for
buddies
the
there.
Sorry, one of
yeah.
my friends must have sent it to someone else.
Hell yeah, yeah. Chat's
sick.
blowing up with 2 people, and one automad thing. The R word. R word is bad.
Feel free to drop your comments, questions in here. Wait, R word. What R? Oh, you can
Someone
see the
dropped the R
words.
word.
No, I can see like what the mod blocks essentially.
That's hilarious. We can't see it, so
well, no, because I didn't accept
Oh,
it. I'm
never
not gonna
mind.
accept that.
you could do show message. Yes, you can.
Yeah, yeah. I did. I had to accept a bunch from Max, which were just about herpes related. Apparently,
Oh,
herpes.
jeez.
Apparently, herpes is is blocked.
Yo,
Like,
he's
Herpes is blocked?
Remix
Yeah.
is
Like, what if we really had to
roasting.
discuss our herpes problems?
Okay, you
know?
gotta scream for you. Yeah, man, we're trying to be respectful. When we want to get that Raytheon money coming in, when Raytheon sponsors us, we
Yeah.
gotta be respectful. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'll show for those weapons, buddies. I probably have to like blur out the cat anus from your
Fle-
cat that came by,
Flexing the mics
JP.
on here. You got master
Dude,
flexes.
I
in
don't
the
know who-
comments.
No one's sponsored.
$400 mic. All right.
All right, Big Mike. Wait, come on now. It's okay. You can just leave your comments in there. But you know what? I want to talk about this. I had to do actually listen to a podcast about this kid and actually several kids who were involved. This one guy, he was accepted into Harvard, and then there was like a Facebook group that they all were on together, and then there was subgroups that started being created from this Facebook group of like his class. So he's meeting people who's already accepted into Harvard, but school has not started yet. It's like the summertime. And then they start just sharing memes, and the memes get too like political, inappropriate, racist, just really horrible things. And then they took back his acceptance letter. Like they withdrew their the desire to have him as a
Yeah,
student.
because people think that shit shouldn't have, like, people associate like freedom of speech or freedom from confidence or
Consequences, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you have the right to say what you want to say, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're free of the consequences of saying
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, I just thought like when the kid, whoever was commenting, you should listen to that story. Everyone out there, I want you guys to
Nah,
listen to this because it's crazy.
based on who I think is in there, they're not worried about that. They don't.
They ain't gotta listen. They only care about Spider-Man right now. I think that's what they wanted to talk about.
I don't know what they want to talk about. I don't know personally the dudes in there. I know I like shared the link with some of my friends.
Well, one of the dudes just said
And
Joker 2 is a
Frozen-
masterpiece, so
Frozen-
already.
No, Now I know you're lying. Now I
I didn't
know
even
you're
bother
lying.
with Joker too.
Didn't
I
either,
actually
so I shouldn't even talk
want
about
to
it.
meet that one person that
Oh, my
actually
bad.
unironically likes Joker 2, because like I feel like, what if Joker 2 does become one of those like cult classics like, later on? I mean, it's possible, right?
Someone said play that guitar. Yo, what's the word that this kid used that got
Let's-
censored?
That's
R word.
Oh,
no. I see fool.
Or mentally challenged. No, you don't see it because I didn't allow it.
no,
No,
it's
I
just
press show on it and it says fool. Play that guitar.
Frozen 2 is a cinematic masterpiece. That might be right. That might be right.
Are you sure? Really? I don't
No,
know.
I don't know. I don't
I
remember
didn't
it.
watch the
I
Frozen
wasn't even a
films.
big fan of Frozen 1 either. So, like the music was amazing. Like I'm not gonna
That
harp on
movie's
that.
iconic at this point.
Someone
though.
just asked to play the guitar. I could do that.
Yeah.
He can
No,
play guitar. Hey.
Gabe's guitar in the background. Gabe has a guitar in the background on the side. No, but I do know. I got that video of you playing the guitar in our
Oh, no.
fireplace. Please let me in, please. Oh shit.
I'll sing you a song.
Oh my. Oh, I was thinking about that. Do we gotta get a guest that can play? Like, can actually like? Do you think we can actually have like a musical
Dude,
guest?
I didn't know about this song shit. This guy can sing. Wow,
No,
I
no,
really
no, for
didn't
real,
know
for real. Like one day.
Here, let me in
do you
here.
think
Let's
we could
have a
actually
shred battle.
Would that
that.
even
Get a
sound?
musician in here?
Would that even sound good on a cast though? Having a live like musical
I
guest.
think maybe if they were
Yeah.
playing like an electric with like a plug-in and shit, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be cool. Imagine if we actually had like a musical guest, and then straight up we're like, "All right, now play," like just like any regular things. Man, I'm telling you, man, if we get that Raytheon money, we'll get those musical
I
guests.
could do that. It's like that's not hard.
Like, I don't want that sparkling like bullshit water like money. No, we want Raytheon money, whatever it's called. Your the thing that like that you're shilling for, Gabe. What was it called?
Which one?
Oh my God! You say you've been drinking it this entire time because you
Soda
can't drink
Stream.
alcohol.
The Soda
Yeah, there it is.
Stream water machine. It's awesome. It works well. Yadu actually, this guy and him before the show, we recorded.
They ain't paying us, bro. They ain't
Hold on.
paying us.
Hold on.
You don't have to go hard anymore.
Hold on, Yadu over here made us espressos and caffeine beverages earlier using his espresso machine. And
To your question, Remix, we're not drunk yet because there was a dry January for Gabe, so we're not completely drunk. Next week, that's our hook for next week. Next week is February, and we all
Next
three of
week
us.
we're blacking out.
There it is. There it is. We're gonna
Not
get
blacking
progressively like ranchier. I don't know, with whatever topics we have. I already had all the big name topics actually. Actually, I did have a correction from last week, by the way. I do have to say this. So last week I did say that the RTO policies of federal employees was bad under Biden as well. I do have to do a correction. Yes, they were not ideal, but they become significantly worse. I do have a buddy whose fiance works in the federal government. I'm not gonna say what department or anything like that, but they did get she got those emails.
Saying respond or give me your loyalty or quit.
Yeah, and then also they just recently had the whole bullshit buyout thing, which turned out apparently it's the exact same wording that Musk used when he tried the same thing.
Twitter.
Yeah, and he tried to get Twitter employees to quit, and he essentially which is still under legal battle right now. Right.
Yeah.
And it was still under legal battle right now that he's basically trying to get away from actually paying the severance that they promised too.
Yeah.
So it's bullshit. Senator Tim Kaine straight up said no federal employee should take this because he's straight up saying there is no budget for this. There's nothing written in the budget for this.
Yeah, there's no legal way for Trump to just randomly give people money.
Right. So, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Congress is in charge of the budget. And it always
So,
is.
correction there. I said it was also bad under Biden, but it got significantly worse under Trump already. And it's only like what? We're day 9? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
That sucks.
Anyway. That's my correction. So I can now mark that down.
Oh, yeah, that's depressing
That
to
is
think about some of the stuff here.
Right. Well, okay. So we did say that we have to try to do hard cutoffs too. Keep it till 11 o'clock, but we still got 7 minutes left. So you guys have anything? I mean, we went all over the places, and actually, originally I
Yeah.
did want to. Oh, you know what? Here's a good question because yeah, dude, you're doing UI, you're doing art stuff, right?
Yeah.
I have questions though. Have you seen like kind of trippy random animations? Have you heard of Pilot Red Sun or Meat Canyon or Joe
Meat
Kappa?
Canyon, I'm very familiar with.
So you know Meat Canyon.
Joe. Oh, I think I know the.
Joe Kappa? No? Any of that?
Kappa.
Pilot Red Sun, I think, was definitely. I mean, that must have been when you were either in college or well, no, you're in college right now. What am I talking about? When you were in high school or something, high school or middle school and stuff like that. The guy used to like actually do like, I think his channel was Pokemon remix music, and then he switched to like weird animation stuff. But I mean, what's your like? Do you have any sort of inspiration that got you into art? That might have been like a part of like Newgrounds or that type of stuff.
I'm thinking about like. This is a tough question because this actually I have to like make a project for one of my my mandatory credit courses where it's called professional practice. But every year we just have a class that's kind of like dedicated to like our growth as an artist and our portfolio and stuff and like what's behind our vision and whatnot. And like one of the questions is always like, all right, well, name 5 artists that inspire you or are super influential on you. Um, and this week I do have a project about that. And I would say, as far as like my art inspirations go, I feel like it's limited. Like I feel like I don't draw as much inspiration from other artists as I maybe should. I think it would probably help with my creative process. But I guess I have a fear of like um appropriating has like a different connotation in the art world than it does in like average society as far as like cultural appropriation and stuff like that. In the art world, it's like a different story. If you appropriate, like it's not always a bad thing. But I guess this like desire for originality is kind of what drifts me away from being too inspired by other artists, I guess. I guess when I try to be inspired by artists, it's usually a different genre of art that I make. So like I will make, say, let's say I'm just making like a character piece or like a just like a one shot like painting, portrait, whatever. I'll be inspired by artists from other genres that aren't like painters or whatever. So like I had a um was it a painting or something where the framing I used for it was inspired by the framing that Hiro Murai uses in Atlanta, the TV show.
Hmm.
So like as far as inspiration goes, I try to draw from other mediums when I'm working in one particular medium. I don't necessarily like um drawing inspiration from the same medium. Like when I was in architecture, the stuff that my professors actually like to see is when I would do things like I would bring over stuff from like anatomy drawing into my architecture work and draw buildings using the technique of the idea of drawing bodies. So as far as like inspiration and like art process goes, that's kind of what my thoughts are usually. Um, Animation I've touched on, I'd say. It's animation's honestly a very grueling process. Like it takes so long.
Yeah.
Um, I think
Wait,
the animation styles, yeah.
I was gonna say let's go around the horn real quick and just say like who are you guys' favorite artists? Like you guys have any favorite painters at all? Favorite eras at least?
Mm.
Favorite art pieces?
Favorite art pieces. Oof, that's a
Like
toughie for me.
Defa Socrates by Jacques Louis David. I'm probably butchering his name. I don't speak French. Sorry,
You
guys.
just looked that. You just looked that up. You
No.
didn't know fucking shit.
I did know
Just
this.
like-
I did know this. I did know this. Defa
Don't give me that.
Socrates is my favorite painting. Absolutely. I've actually made
okay.
stickers of this painting and put it on MacBooks as my custom bag flap. That takes effort. Okay, someone who really enjoys
Oh,
this
wow.
painting would do this. But Kerry James Marshall is also one of my favorite artists. He does really amazing art. I don't think y'all know him because I brought him up before. But he had an amazing exhibit in the Chicago Art Institute. No, seriously.
it sounds like Chad is calling on your bullshit right now, or just
No.
using a bunch of notes in our bullshit. He says,
No, they're
bottom
not.
right, bottom right guy has such good angle going on. JP, you got good angle going on.
Is that right? Sarcasm or for real?
What does good angle mean? What is that? Like you just got a good angle of how he looks?
Sarcasm, though, it definitely makes you look like you got your TV way too like mounted too high. I don't know why.
Oh, it's actually straightforward in my face right now. I just
All right, what's your favorite
camera on
artist,
my
JP?
computer's probably all screwed up.
Yeah, JP, are you gonna talk? They're
I'm
asking you.
talking.
All right, what's your favorite artist then?
Oh, question. I've always liked Escher stuff. That's like very
MC Escher.
cop out answer, I guess. Um,
Hold on.
Yeah, dude,
oh,
your
geez.
shot of your apartment looks pretty funny.
Really,
The
probably
beanbag
does
is a
look like
great
super
touch.
undecorated.
Not
The 8-ball
undecorated.
beanbag, I love it.
Yeah, man.
are we talking
Oh,
art or
well,
music? True,
Is
artist.
Art,
it's
painters,
still visual
painters.
arts.
It's
What
funny
about
that I
films?
actually I'm,
Favorite
I'm,
films?
I'm looking up most pretentious artists. I can say what the most pretentious artist is. No, what most pretentious art?
Neoclassicism.
Art majors. Here we go. Art majors of Reddit. What is the most pretentious or bizarre piece of art you've seen a fellow student submit
Picasso's
for an-
work.
Oh.
Trash. Oh. Sorry. I think Picasso. That's
Picasso.
my hot take. Hot take.
Socrates.
We had the.
Bad.
Oh, I almost doxed myself. I was going to share a commonality with Picasso, but I just realized it'd be too revealing. So Picasso.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Whoa. All right. But anyway, he was a horrible person, and his art is definitely resembles African art. And he really described African art as like art of savages. I'm paraphrasing, but I think it was pretty damn close. So not a fan of Picasso. And he abuses women.
I was gonna say.
He abused women.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
you don't have anything in common with them, is what you said.
Also, theories that Picasso
those
was
things.
like a closet gay. There's theories about that.
Wait,
I mean, that's probably why he was so like outwardly bigoted like that. It could have been because he was
I
closeted
mean,
that way.
I feel like you always find out shit about like people's idols. Like my dad, he threw on the Gandhi movie with Ben Kingsley the other day, and I was like, Gandhi was like a piece of shit, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
what, really?
Yeah, never
You're like
have
shocked
that.
to find out the shit that Gandhi did.
yeah.
You know, I remix what you said right there. The Saturn devouring his son. That actually was the painting that like always stuck out to me when we were asked this question. And mostly the only reason is because I am a big fan of this YouTuber Nerd Writer. I think it was Nerd Writer that did this, who was
That one's
talking
sick.
specific. That was talking specifically about that Saturn devouring his son and just how, like, just how horrible it is, like how the drawing is, how psychotic Saturn is when he's devouring, like that sort of shit. Gandhi was great, no cap. All right.
Yeah,
Wait,
the
is this
Saturn
the same?
Devouring one is
Shit.
really good.
Am I even like? Is this the same guy that said like Joker 2 was a cinematic masterpiece?
He said
Probably.
that sarcastically.
Oh,
He said it as a
who's
joke.
the guy that did the Scream? That was
He's
one of
not
my favorite
insane.
paintings.
The Scream, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, the
Vincent Van
Scream.
Gogh, right? Vincent
Oh.
Van Gogh? Is that him?
Is that Van Gogh? No.
The Scream.
Van
I should
Gogh?
know this.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Oh, Frozen 2. Yeah, okay. So
Oh,
you weren't
Edvard
Joker 2.
Munch. I didn't know that.
Yes,
Oh,
I went. Yeah,
Norwegian. 1893. I don't know that.
You
I
guys are
didn't know the
thinking
history of
very
this one.
classical art, though. I don't really engage much with the I will say if I'm like talking about
You're-
like my favorite like
You're a Chicago
classical
Institute art student.
artist.
You don't get
Hold on,
engaged
hold
with
on.
classics?
Hold on. Let's get into that classic six. Like, when is it going to be that like stuff that we see like videos, Newgrounds, like going back to like
Newgrounds is classic.
trippy? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
It's
Going back
graduated to
trippy
a level of
animations.
classic.
When is that stuff going to be in a museum too? Like like I feel like some of the stuff like could be. Yeah, think about
could
it.
be. It would just likely to be in like the contemporary museums. Like, have you been to the MCA?
No, I don't think so.
What's Nighthawks?
That's the or not the. Yeah,
Oh.
the Museum of Contemporary Art. It's up in I think it's up in Streeterville.
No. Here. Here's
One of
my
the
other
commenters
question. When-
mentioned that Nighthawks was their favorite painter. Painting, excuse me, painted by Edward Hopper. That's the one at the diner.
Edward
Interesting.
Hopper. Yes.
And
And
My-
Nighthawks.
No.
This fucking asshole here. My favorite artist would be the commander of the Third Reich. Yeah, shut the fuck.
What is that? What is that? Is it offensive? I'm not putting it on my screen. I'm not putting it on my screen.
Hitler. He was saying Hitler was his
Why-
favorite
wait,
artist.
Oh,
Triple,
jeez.
triple Jet guy is roasting. Bottom right guy should be in a museum. Don't come at my guy like that. What's going on here?
Dude, JP definitely should be in a museum. Look at that guy. He's beautiful, pristine, awesome.
He should be, JD should be, and JP, excuse me, you're JD. JP
What
should
is
be
going on here?
night at the museum.
Am I that old? Is that why I should be in a museum?
No,
No.
yeah, that's what they might be saying. But I'm saying
Indiana
you should,
Jones reference.
you should play the mall cop for Night at the Museum 3.
No, hold on. Let me get back to what I was saying. Okay, when does things become classic? Now, when I was a
sorry.
kid,
Night at the Museum.
I-
Classic.
this is a very anecdotal thing. But when I was a kid, growing up, becoming in high school, and then going to college and stuff like that, like I always thought that the one thing that made you think like, oh shit, you're old, is when a show was on Nick at Night. So like once Fresh Prince of Bel-Air went to Nick at Night, that's when I was like, oh fuck, this shit's now classical, right? I don't. Maybe I'm dating myself right here. I know JP knows. You know Nick at Night, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So for the I guess the Gen Z and Gen Alpha people that are here, Nick at Night. If you guys know Nickelodeon with SpongeBob and all that stuff, but then after dark they would have Nick at Night, and they would always play like at the time when I was in middle school or grade school, whatever. Like they would be playing like old like 1960s, 1970s shows at Nick at Night, right?
What is that?
So you would know that like things like are really old when they get into Nick at Night. That was kind of like the rule of thumb. So once Fresh Prince of Bel-Air got into Nick at Night, that's when I'm like, oh fuck, now I'm old. But that goes back to what I'm saying is like Newgrounds, animations nowadays. We were saying that they're contemporary art, but when would it be that they would actually be considered classical?
Who the hell is Triple Jet? It's this kind of
I know.
That-
I thought that was
that's
your
it.
wife.
That's
did-
what I'm thinking too. I'm like, did my wife just create an account?
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. 'cause they're like, he's-
Triple Jet had a couple of things that were blocked by the mod, by the way. So you're not seeing everything they're saying.
Clash Royale YouTuber. What's that?
Are you talking about the Clash Royale tour? Who's that?
YouTuber? I don't know that YouTube. You know what that is, y'all?
I would either watch Nick
You
at
got your ear
Night
to the
or
ground?
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. I remember that
They
shit.
need to bring that back. That was great.
Oh, this guy Gray is not trying to be a troll, but he really wants to join the show. Hey, we'll have to like prep before another show to gauge you.
Yeah, we got
Get your-
we got
get your
prep
camera
before
ready.
that.
Get
Yeah.
your camera ready.
Actually,
'cause,
we gotta. I think I already had like one. I told you one guy Gabe knows. I don't want to spoil it or anything like that. That would be more interesting because it would be. Oh, my cat's in the background.
Nice.
I'm not saying more interesting. Sorry, Yadu was interesting for sure. What I'm saying is like someone based someone
Yadi,
based
what's
off
your answer to that?
yeah. No, don't worry about that. No, someone based off an industry that we'd be interested in. Like, I mean, we didn't even talk about fucking gaming. Remember, we said we were gonna
Nintendo
like circle
Switch
back
2.
to Switch 2, exactly.
Switch
but
2,
like,
Switch 2.
no,
All the time again.
no
All the
information,
time
no
again.
information came out
I
about
know.
Switch 2 at this
None.
point, so it doesn't fucking matter, right?
Type-
Um,
Dude, the plane
but-
crash though. Oof.
we might have a guest later on. I don't know about next week. Who knows? Whatever. We'll set it up. Who actually used to work at NetherRealm Studios for Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. Definitely really interested for someone that is actually in the gaming industry, what their perspective is in terms of really just how the industry is, hiring practices over that, Gamergate maybe, the feeling of what it is going on with the industry and the products that are coming in. So that'd be interesting. Hopefully we'll get a guest from Raytheon that will tell us all the people they killed and everything like that. That would be cool. Get that money. Anyway, I don't know, I'm just making jokes now. at this point.
Wait. I'm reading more information about the crash earlier. What the heck?
Yeah,
Crash?
there were fatalities. I don't know how
Yeah,
many
so
though.
awful.
There was a crash?
There was a
Jeez,
plane
circling-
crash in Washington D.C.
Yeah, at the beginning of our cast, someone just mentioned a American Airlines plane crashed into a Black Hawk helicopter in DC. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, dang, Triple Jet is roasting us now too.
What is it? Just so you know, if you don't experiment and have fun with letting viewers give takes and join calls, your podcast will struggle. Oh no, you guys are giving takes. I mean, we're reading your guys' takes right now.
We should put maybe I'll add the comments to my chat or to the screen so they can see the chat the people's words there.
Oh, that's right. That's what I need to do. That's actually what
Yeah.
I need to do. And actually,
Gray offered to do a screening call before the stream.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Next episode,
You know
we
what?
film we've not maybe not next, but an episode in the near future. We don't know who's a guest for next time already, but maybe one in the near future. We got you. We promise.
No, I like this. I like this. I mean, the whole point. Well,
Feedback
we
is
got
good.
we got one dude that isn't drinking.
Look
but,
at the cat. Oh my
you guys-
goodness.
My
What
cat's
is
going
happening?
crazy right now.
The cat's possessed.
He's just doing cat
JP,
stuff right
did
now.
you
He's
see
just
that?
like doing that.
Wait,
No,
I thought you
guys.
missed
By the
it.
way,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, we're past our time now,
Yeah,
but
sorry.
next week, guys. Next week, it is February. All three of us, all the main hosts and stuff like that. We are all no more dry January now. It's
Yeah.
on. Okay, so get your game faces on, guys, and get as rowdy as you can in chat. Because if we start getting progressively drunk, we will probably start reading a lot of these chats and probably engage a lot more and rant more about Star Wars or some shit. Actually, I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt right now. Interesting
Star
that we were talking
Wars.
about that. we will
I'm wearing a
fucking
Dune shirt.
we will
Vader
rant.
is the mind killer.
There it is. There it is.
But what was the end
oh.
of Rogue One though with the awesome Darth Vader right there? That end when they were showing the start of one of your.
I mean,
original- I never saw
That
the
was a
original
cool
OG Star Wars movies. By the way, I haven't seen them. I'm sorry.
What?
I mean, they did a great
They're
job
too
making
boring.
them scary. That's for sure.
They're not.
You never
cool.
saw the original trilogy
No, they're boring to
because
me.
it's too boring.
is.
You said.
Yeah,
It's weird to see
I love
Vader
the
move
fights
like that.
Yoda fighting.
It's weird to see Vader move like that in Rogue One when he wasn't moving like that. In
Mm.
I'm sorry. I thought.
Good take.
Okay,
Ray.
we got a resident Gen Zer here as a guest, and he watched the original clearly, right? Yeah, dude.
yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
We talked about
Yes,
it
I'm
earlier.
an anomaly. I'm an anomaly.
Hold on,
here.
I thought Gen Z was supposed to be the ones that thought that the original was too boring because they can't pay attention. They always have to be on their phone. Like
Guess
that's
it's the young
that's
millennials.
that's a current like what do you call it, trope about the Gen Z.
Yeah, but if you like Star Wars, you like Star Wars, and you watch all of them.
I gotta get to
So-
him. I gotta get to him. It's
so
because
Gabe-
Karen doesn't like him though.
If you don't like Star Wars, then
My wife doesn't like them, so it's kind of hard
My
to put
wife.
them in the rotation.
My wife.
my wife.
My wife.
Oh jeez.
Damn it. Borat lives in our head rent free for life. For life.
My wife.
In a
My
stranglehold. Look at this guy. Oh my god. You think how would Borat react in today's America? Would things be different from or same experience? What do you think?
Well, he tried. Remember, he had Borat too, and like Sacha Baron Cohen straight up said like it was definitely much more difficult, trying to get people to like, not know who he was essentially, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
It's,
That was
it's
the-
like that one girl now that's that British girl that's doing that kind of similar thing where she acts really stupid in interviews. What's her name?
British girl that actually was stupid.
It's a Netflix special. God damn it.
Netflix.
All right.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. Your homework though is definitely to watch Andor, man. What the fuck? How do you not do that?
Okay.
Debate. Elaborate more. Debate takes. Okay, so we got it. We're changing topics too much, really? I think we were done with that topic though.
Yeah, we probably do switch around too much, maybe.
No.
Maybe.
The take should be debated. I think so. Yeah.
How we're
Thank you for your
debating
input.
about debating.
Debating about debating. That's the bad rep that the Gen Xers get. That they do meetings about meetings, and you know what?
Gen Xers do that.
Yeah, Gen Xers are known for like meetings to talk about maybe baby boomers too. I don't know.
JP, do you do meetings to do meetings? You're
No, I
you're the
fucking
re-
hate meetings.
No, it's
You're
usually
the
a meeting
resident Gen
after a
Xer.
meeting. It's usually a meeting. Well, sometimes it is pre-meeting. Sometimes it is pre-meeting. It's like, wait a minute, we just talked about this.
Gen Xers are millennials, right? That's
No,
No.
We're
No?
Gen Y. We're
that's a
Gen
different
Y.
thing.
We used
Millennials
to
are
be Gen Y. Now they call it millennials now.
We're still
Gen
Y.
Xers were
Millennials is another
Gen
term.
Xers were the ones that were like what in high school in the 90s. So millennials were still in like grade
80s
school.
and 90s, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you-
Millennials were what years were millennials born? Like
I think from what I remember saying, like I think millennials started at 1983. I think born in 1983. So I'm 86.
Whoa,
Um,
doxed.
okay, whatever. And I think it ends at ugh, I want to say
Usually, it's kind of controversial. They don't all
90.
agree. It's like 95 or
Yeah.
97. So
yeah, 97.
right
I
at the
think I was
end.
gonna say 98 though, but
98. Okay, that's even better. Right, I'm right at the end, but I still got some space there. You know.
the general topic is usually what we're drinking, and then we kind of go off that remix if you're talking about that.
Yeah.
Though I did have another feedback from somebody else before that says like I think we need a hook for what we do. Now the original hook was that we're supposed to get progressively drunker while we talk while we're playing
Yeah, but we
video
can't
games.
do that
Or
while Gabe's
gaming.
hmm I mean, so
Yeah.
our Decembers when we first started this in December,
was
we did have
drunk.
good rants,
Yeah.
but we didn't have we don't have the production value we have right now though. So
Ooh.
I'm scared to get too drunk on live stream though. I want a future.
That's a great choice. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to, say earlier with those other. They're like, I want to get on. I just know they're going to, what if someone got on and just do some crazy? But yeah, we got to cut off now. It's 11:16 now, Central Time.
Yeah, we do have to have that hard. We got to be a little bit more stricter on that. I mean, the plan is that if we get more viewers, we get more of these things that we could have like separate casts outside of Wednesday as well. That could actually have like more topics related. I mean, we had two dudes that I know that like wanted to do like what do you call it, opposition cast or something.
And they can't do
That
Wednesday.
just-
They have to do another day.
It would basically, kind of like, opposition. If you have to do whatever we said on Wednesday would be the opposite, on Thursdays or some shit. I don't know, whatever. All right. Anyway, guys. So yeah, we should definitely cut it off though. It is past 11 now.
All
So, we should be strict on that. Yadu, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your insights on
Yes, sir.
just everything, really. Mostly Star Wars. It sounded like UI
The
development,
games,
art
though.
stuff. No, the art stuff was really interesting as well.
You were hating though.
I'm
You
gonna
were hating.
redesign
You were hating.
your
I don't forget.
logo.
I mean, if you want, yeah. I mean, if like I am not an artist at all. When I made
Well, it's a
this,
project that can go
I'm
in
an
my
engineer.
portfolio. So
Sure.
you
You
know,
know
they
what?
say engineers. You know, they say engineers are particularly like bad at design.
Oh, well, I am an engineer, and I think I was bad there. You know, originally that T for topical, I had to stress test it with a bunch of
Yeah,
people. That T used to be a coup glass. I don't know if you know a coup glass.
I
Coupe
saw
glass.
that. I think I saw that. It was in an
You,
earlier
Yes,
graphic,
yes, it was
wasn't
an
it?
earlier thing, and then I switched it to a wine cork thing because I got inspiration from a buddy of mine that was like, "Oh, why don't you use a wine cork?" And I'm like, oh, "That's right, I could do that." Who's also an engineer too, by the way. So I guess
Oh,
he
shout
was
out to
definitely not an artist.
engineers who are
Yeah, shout out to
phenomenal.
engineers. So topical drinks, our logo was basically me as an engineer, have zero artistic ability whatsoever, making it on my own. Um, and then
It's not
the
awful though.
And then the text though. I mean, I think the text, sure. I think the text might be the one thing that you could probably change out of all this
The
stuff.
text, the yeah,
But
the text is the biggest.
I'm particularly proud of me making that wine cork and that fucking beer book.
Yeah,
Like
no,
thing.
those look
Took
good.
me
I just
so
wouldn't.
fucking long to make that shit.
Yeah,
Anyway,
really? What'd you make it in?
paint.
Oh, that's why it took so long.
Yeah, or sorry, not paint, GIMP. But still, same thing, GIMP.
I would have just done it. I would have done it in Adobe Illustrator. I just would have done like
I,
simple vectors.
I have no Adobe products whatsoever.
Ah,
I'm actually getting into like photography, which actually was a list of my topic and stuff like that. And rather than Lightroom, I'm using Darktable, which is the free version of that for post
okay, I was
processing.
like,
Yeah,
well,
so
Lightroom is good for
Next
using
week.
well, you said dark
yeah,
table. There's Lightroom and there's Lightroom Classic. Some like purists prefer to use Lightroom Classic because they're like my professor was very much you guys need to turn everything in Lightroom Classic. But here's the thing, Lightroom, like the regular Lightroom that wasn't Lightroom Classic used to be shitty, but now it's the same thing. It just has a better user interface on the newer version and not the classic version. But I
I mean,
thought Lightroom was free.
no,
No.
no, and I mean that's the number one reason. Like you have to, Adobe has a new like you have to do like subscription model stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway,
Dang.
yeah, someone
I'd
just
night,
love
messaged
to come
guys.
back on for the photography talk though,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I did do a photography study.
well, we could talk more, definitely. You know, we got next week, obviously. Then next week there actually will be drinking on all three sides. So we'll do that. All right, guys. All right. So we'll close it out here. Any last words?
Gabe, we going to 5.
Thank, thank, thank you, JP, for turning on the camera today, brother. We love
Yeah, of
to
course.
see you today, and all the fans love to see you too. We got tons of people seeing you. Of course, the most popular day. Awesome. Jorge, thank you so much for hosting this awesome show as well. Being a great moderator. I really appreciate you, buddy. Yadu, thanks for coming on as a guest. It's awesome, man. And thank you, me,
Gen Z correspondent.
just in case. And Jorge's a hater. He was hating about the art.
All right, guys. This was Topical Drinks. See you guys next week. Same time, same place.